Hello.
And there she is. Kimberly Spades is joining me right now. Hello, Kimberly.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing real good, and thank you for joining me this evening on Triple Threat Wrestling Radio.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right, let's go ahead and begin. And how did your wrestling career got started?
Let's see, about 4 years ago, I saw a wrestling show, and I was just amused by what I saw. Um, I've been I've been interested in wrestling for a long time, and then just seeing a live local event really turned me on to independent wrestling.
Do you remember the first wrestling match that you ever had? And if so, who was your opponent and what was the company you worked for?
Yes, I do. I started out wrestling in Chester. Actually started out when I was training ring announcing and doing some managing at first for them. But my first actual match was in Greenville, South Carolina for a promotion called NCW. And I was tag teaming with Mr. Boomer Payne, who's been around a long time. And we faced Ace Armstrong and Bryce Anthony. So, yes, I definitely remember my first match. It was a lot of fun.
And leading up to that match, did you by any means got nervous? Was there any butterflies? Considering it was your first match, you wanted to make a real good first impression.
Oh, very much so. Because I love wrestling and I take it seriously. And, there's not a lot of females, especially, in the places I travel to, in the area specifically. It's almost like, being a female in business, you need to prove yourself even more, that you're here to wrestle and to be taken seriously. So, of course, I just still, even to this day, I still strive to want to do the best job I can, and put on a good match to entertain the fans.
For those just tuning in, you're listening to Triple Threat Wrestling Radio right here on itmiradio.com, talk channel number 2. I'm joined with my second guest of the evening, the Queen of Spades, Kimberly Spades, is joining me. I have interviewed a lot of wrestlers throughout the last year and a half, and majority of them are female. And every now and then, they have to face wrestlers outside of the area that they're located at. And like you pointed out, there's not a whole lot of female wrestlers for where you wrestle. Um, does it is it frustrating that there's not a whole lot of female wrestlers in your area, and you get a chance to wrestle them, considering you have to travel in order to face some of these wrestlers?
Right. It is. It's it's advantage and disadvantage. It's great because there's such a lack of females that, where females are in high demand. But at the same time, also people are kind of putting females out. It's hard to explain. There's definitely not a lot of females that have been in the business a long time. Some women just kind of come into it and then they leave it. And yeah, it's been really hard for me to be able to get matches with women who have been in longer than I have. Typically a lot of the times I'm in there with a female that's been in like less the time than I have, or about the same time, So it would be nice to be able to have more females and, be able to learn from more veteran females, because you see that with the males. They get to go in there and go against veterans and learn so much. So it can be frustrating. It's nice because I'm constantly, people are asking for bookings at the same time, I definitely wish there were more females I could learn from. So.
When it comes to, being a character in the ring, you're entertaining and everything. Do you like being the heel or do you like being the baby face?
It all depends, it's fun, sometimes it's fun switching back and forth. Sometimes you have fans at a place and, you really enjoy being the good guy. But, I even have fans at places where I'm the heel as well, and still they'll boo me. But, so it's fun. I think it's fun to be able to switch off and on, I'm enjoying right now. I'm going to do some heel stuff coming up, but I took a break this last year, and I'm just coming back. And in Chester, I've always been heel, and now I am face, and it's just so much fun. Finally, after years of being heel there, like now, just to turn and enjoying interacting with fans and everything. It's a lot of fun.
So, what do you like the most of being a wrestler? Is it the traveling? Is it just being in the ring, the fan interaction? What do you like the most of being a wrestler?
It's where I fit in. It's so hard to explain. My whole life, like I always just felt something was missing. And before I got into wrestling, I was a big party girl, and I quit all that, and then I started wrestling, and I fit in. Like I just had this thing in common, and I had just enjoyed wrestling for so long that I had the itch. The traveling is nice. It's just the camaraderie with the other wrestlers, and definitely I enjoy interacting with the fans and seeing how much they appreciate what we do.
So, considering that you're just coming back and everything, do you have any upcoming wrestling shows you'd like to promote?
I do. Tomorrow night I'm going to be in Chester, South Carolina, and that's Action Pack Wrestling, and they run every Friday evening, and I spend most of my Friday evenings there. But I have December 14th, there is 3CW Wrestling in Gaffney, South Carolina, and they're actually going to have SpongeBob SquarePants at their next event. And on December 15th, it'll be my first time at FCW in Cornica, South Carolina. And right now, those are just my upcoming shows for sure.
Who do you consider your favorite wrestlers that you like working with, male or female?
Oh, that I enjoy working with?
Yes.
Oh, gosh. Male, it's funny. Male, I've worked a guy named AJ Steamy who's very new in the business, only really kind of wrestles up in the mountains of North Carolina, but it's only been wrestling a few years now, but he's just phenomenal. Like, he just has a great head for wrestling. And female-wise, there's not too many that I get to wrestle, but upcoming, I'm looking forward to wrestling Sweet Ginger again. And I haven't wrestled her now probably in almost 2 years, and she's a real young girl, and she's just great. She just goes out there, and we have a great chemistry together in the ring.
And who are some wrestlers out there that you haven't had a chance to work with but would like to work with someday?
Gosh, Fantasia is awesome. When I first came in the business, I got to referee a match with her, and she's amazing. And also, Allison Danger. I have taken a seminar with her before, and I've been on some shows with her, but I've never had the chance to work her. And she is amazing, great.
I've had the honor of interviewing Fantasia. Without a doubt, a true legend in women's wrestling and in the wrestling business. And Allison Danger, I mean, she's Allison Danger. She's been around for a long time. She's well established. Probably one of the most decorated female wrestlers here in the United States. So I got a lot of respect for Allison. So who do you consider as influences in your wrestling career?
Wow. I'm not sure if I have any. when I watched wrestling on TV, like female-wise, I just always kind of thought, yeah, I had a different opinion. I only thought a certain kind of female would be able to wrestle. Kind of the fake-looking blonde. And then I kind of saw independent shows, and the first person I saw that kind of made me realize like real women could wrestle was when I saw Daphne several years back. So she kind of made me think, hey, this is something that I could do.
Daphne was quite a character, let me tell you.
She,
Yeah, she was definitely, she definitely can get your attention, whether you liked her or you hate her.
very much.
She definitely was, she was definitely on the radar, no doubt about it.
That's
Um,
right.
so, what are some other goals out there you would like to accomplish? Do you see yourself doing more shows, or maybe pursuing championships, or maybe even one day being in the big leagues?
Um, you know, it's one of those things that's kind of where it leads me. I enjoy what I do, and I'm going to do the best job I can do at it. And I just kind of take it for what it is. I would definitely like to, like, I've wrestled in Alabama and Georgia and Virginia and a lot over South Carolina, North Carolina, and I mean, I would love to branch out. I love going new places. I'd love to get to Tennessee. I've talked to people before in Tennessee, but then things would fall through. Um, so, yeah, I love getting out and going to new promotions and meeting new people and, being able to work with different wrestlers. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking forward to.
Again, I'm joined with Kimberly Spades right here on Triple Threat Wrestling Radio. Um, what would your advice be to anyone out there that wants to pursue their career as a wrestler? What would your advice be?
Well, first, to definitely get in some good training, with somebody that definitely knows what they're doing wrestling-wise, and to not give up. I mean, but really, if they have that passion, they won't. It's kind of, I mean, once you hit that ring, I feel like you know what I mean? To just, ask around, definitely, follow your dream.
That's the main word I hear from a lot of wrestlers is passion. It's something that you have to have if you're going to last in the wrestling industry. And to tell you the truth,
Definitely.
passion is something that you have to have, you know, if you want to pursue your career. But from a wrestling standpoint, how important is it to have that passion just to be in a wrestling career in the long haul?
Very much so. I mean, if you want to get your name out there, you need to travel. You need to network. It takes, especially in the beginning. I mean, nobody else is going to promote you. You have to promote yourself. So you kind of need to have the confidence, and if you don't feel like you're coming along, you just need to push through. You need to just keep on going. In the beginning, it's such a new thing. You're just, you wonder if you can, you just wonder if you can do something like this. I think you just have to know you can do it and have confidence in yourself.
So from a fan standpoint, have you ever had a chance to watch, well, even with your schedule and all, have you had a chance to watch the WWE's, the Impacts, or the Ring of Honors? And if so, what's your thoughts on those companies and the direction that they're going?
I used to, but I haven't had much time as of late. But from what I've seen with ROH, I definitely enjoy it a good bit. I mean, I enjoy matches also on other where they kind of tell a story. but I think ROH is definitely more now of this generation where people kind of do want a more fast-paced, exciting match. You have to keep the fans, entertained. And it's been a long time since I've watched WWE or Impact or anything like that. And, I just know when I used to watch some WWE Diva matches, it would just upset me how short the matches would be, because women, we can go, we can wrestle,
Yeah, and it's, I guess what was hilarious is that when Monday Night Raw became 3 hours, people like, maybe the Divas would get a little bit more airtime, and yet it's pretty much still the same, and it's like they put in the back burner. Now, for granted, you don't have Beth Phoenix anymore. You now have Natalia. You do have some promising talent in Tamina Snuka, and you have an AJ, even though she's spent more time being in storylines than wrestling. But I mean, you have promising talent, and you have Sarah Del Rey now.
Oh, wow.
So
Cool. Yeah,
yes,
I didn't know that.
yeah, she's now, I believe, under a developmental contract. There's no word when she'll actually get to work on the developmental route, but she's under contract now. So, um,
I've heard so much awesome stuff about her.
oh yeah, Sarah Del Rey, one of the best female wrestlers out there. She's truly amazing. Um, she she's she can hang with the ladies and the guys too. So she's fun to watch. Um, for fans out there that wants to get in touch with you, um, go ahead and promote your links, your Facebook or your Twitter, or any other links people need to know.
Okay, well, on Facebook, you can Google, sorry, you can search Kimberly Spades or Kimberly the Queen of Spades. And unfortunately, I'm at max friends, but you can still subscribe. And I also do have a fan page on Facebook as well under Kimberly the Queen of Spades. And on Twitter, just under Kimberly Spades. I think it's real easy just to search the name.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot easy. Queen of Spades, Kimberly Spades, joining me. Thank you so much for joining me, Kimberly. Great talking to you. Um,
You're so welcome. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
and best of success goes out to you. Thank you for being on, and you have a happy holiday season.
Thank you. You too. You have a wonderful weekend.
You too.
Goodbye.
Bye bye. That was the Queen of Spades, Kimberly Spades, joining me here on Triple Threat Wrestling Radio.